The vast conference chamber of the Galactic Confederation hummed with alien chatter and electric tension. Hyun Park stood quietly at the human delegation's table, his dark eyes scanning the room with careful observation. Around him, representatives from dozens of alien species whispered and gestured, their colorful robes and exotic physiologies creating a bizarre tableau of interstellar diplomacy. The humans were the newest members of this expansive galactic community, considered primitive and technologically backward by most delegates. They had been invited more out of diplomatic courtesy than genuine respect. Most alien species viewed Earth as a young, naive civilization still struggling with basic space exploration technologies. A Krylonian diplomat, tall and insectoid with iridescent exoskeleton, approached the human delegation with obvious disdain. His multiple compound eyes scanned Hyun Park and his colleagues with a mixture of curiosity and contempt. Your species has yet to demonstrate any meaningful contribution to galactic affairs, the Krylonian clicked. His translator rendering the words in precise English, Hyun remained perfectly calm. He knew something the other delegates did not. Earth had been preparing, developing technologies in secret that would soon change everything. Behind him, Yoon Lee adjusted her datapad, her fingers moving with practiced precision. She exchanged a brief knowing glance with Jae Kim, their lead diplomatic strategist. They were waiting, patient and calculated. The conference hall was a massive structure, constructed centuries ago by the original founding members of the Galactic Confederation. Its transparent dome revealed the swirling colors of a nearby nebula, a constant reminder of the universe's vast complexity. Holographic displays flickered with diplomatic statistics, trade agreements, and interstellar political maps. Delegates from over 30 different species filled the circular chamber. Methane-breathing creatures stood next to oxygen-based life forms, translation devices allowing seamless communication. Robotic entities conversed with biological organisms, creating a bizarre ecosystem of interstellar diplomacy. Most viewed humans as a curiosity, a young species that had only recently achieved faster-than-light travel. They expected little from Earth, assuming humans would remain a marginalized civilization for centuries to come. What they did not know was that humanity had been carefully observing, learning, and preparing. Every technological breakthrough, every subtle advancement had been meticulously planned. Earth scientists and military strategists had been working in complete secrecy, developing technologies that would soon shock the entire galactic community. Hyun Park represented the first wave of this strategic unveiling. Trained in diplomatic protocols and advanced strategic thinking, he was the perfect representative for humanity's hidden ambitions. His calm demeanor masked a razor-sharp intellect and deep understanding of interstellar politics. The Krylonian diplomat continued his verbal assault, believing he was demonstrating superiority. Your planet has minimal resources, limited technological capabilities, and no significant military presence. What could you possibly contribute? A slight smile crossed Hyun's face. Not a triumphant or arrogant expression, but one of quiet confidence. The kind of smile that suggested profound knowledge carefully concealed. Yoon Lee whispered something to Jae Kim, who nodded almost imperceptibly. Their coordination was seamless, a testament to humanity's ability to work as a unified strategic unit. The conference continued, with various diplomatic discussions and routine bureaucratic proceedings. Trade routes were negotiated, minor territorial disputes were addressed, and interstellar policies were debated. Through it all, the human delegation remained composed, observing and waiting. Little did the alien delegates know that beneath the calm exterior, humanity was about to change the entire galactic landscape. Their technologies, developed in secret research facilities across Earth and its colonies, would soon demonstrate capabilities that would shock and transform the existing power structures. As the Krylonian continued his dismissive speech, Hyun Park's mind was already several moves ahead. Humanity was not just a newcomer to the galactic stage, they were a strategic force about to make an unprecedented entrance. The conference would soon become a historic moment, the day everything changed. The diplomatic chamber fell silent as the reptilian ambassador approached the human delegation. His massive form towered over Hyun Park, casting a long shadow across the polished floor. Scales glimmered under the artificial lighting, reflecting an intimidating emerald sheen. "Your species continues to amuse us," the ambassador growled, his translator rendering the words with cold precision. 30 years of galactic membership, and humanity has yet to prove its worth." Hyun Park stood perfectly still. Around him, alien delegates watched with a mixture of curiosity and expectation. They anticipated another submissive response from the human representatives, a pattern they had grown accustomed to witnessing. Jae Kim stood slightly behind Hyun, his hands clasped behind his back. Yoon Lee remained seated, her fingers dancing across a sleek datapad with calculated movements. They were preparing something, though no one in the chamber could guess what. The reptilian ambassador continued his verbal assault. Each word was designed to provoke, to demonstrate the perceived superiority of established galactic civilizations. "You have no significant technological advancements. Your space fleet is primitive. Your diplomatic influence is negligible." Hyun's response surprised everyone. Instead of defending or apologizing, he simply asked a single question. "Would you like to see something interesting?" Confusion rippled through the assembled delegates. The reptilian ambassador hesitated, uncertain. How to respond to such an unexpected query? Yoon Lee pressed a small button on her datapad. Suddenly, holographic displays surrounding the chamber flickered to life. Incredibly detailed schematics appeared, technological designs so advanced they seemed almost impossible. Quantum propulsion systems that defied current understanding. Shield technologies that could absorb and redirect energy at molecular levels. Computational matrices that suggested processing capabilities far beyond anything previously known. The chamber went completely silent. The reptilian ambassador's scales shifted color, a biological response indicating shock and uncertainty. Other delegates leaned forward, their various sensory organs focused intently on the unexpected presentation. Jae Kim stepped forward, his voice calm and measured. "Humanity has been studying, learning, preparing." Each holographic display told a story of technological innovation, not through boastful declarations, but through precise clinical representations of scientific achievement. Complex mathematical equations danced alongside visual representations of technological breakthrough. The human delegation had transformed the moment from a potential humiliation into something else entirely. A demonstration, a warning, a promise. Diplomatic. Protocols suggested restraint, but humanity was done being restrained. They had watched, they had learned, and now they were ready to show their true potential. The reptilian ambassador's translator struggled to communicate his emotional state, a mix of anger, confusion, and emerging respect. He had expected weakness. Instead, he found something entirely unexpected. Strategic silence filled the chamber. Alien delegates from dozens of civilizations exchanged glances. Something fundamental had just changed in their understanding of humanity. Hyun Park remained calm. No triumphant expression, no arrogant gesture, just a simple, steady presence that suggested this was merely the beginning. Yoon Lee's datapad continued displaying information. Each slide, each schematic, represented years of secret research, technological developments conducted in hidden laboratories across Earth and its colonies, innovations born from human creativity, determination, and an unbreakable spirit of exploration. The diplomatic landscape had just shifted, and no one in the chamber was quite prepared for what would come next. The reptilian ambassador took a step back. For the first time in the conference, he looked uncertain. The human delegation had transformed from a footnote to a potential game-changer. Humanity was no longer willing to be underestimated. The moment hung in balance, a turning point in galactic diplomacy that would be remembered for generations to come. One small delegation, one unexpected presentation, and the entire understanding of interstellar power would never be the same. The holographic display flickered to life, transforming the conference chamber into a stunning visualization of technological marvel. Hyun Park stepped forward, his movements, precise and calculated. Behind him, Yoon-Lee managed the complex projection systems with expert skill. First came the images of Earth's new Dreadnought-class starships. They were unlike anything the galactic delegates had ever seen. Sleek metallic structures that seemed to defy traditional understanding of space engineering, with curves and angles that suggested impossible technological breakthroughs. Jae Kim began explaining the technical specifications. His voice was steady, professional, revealing details that made alien scientists lean forward in disbelief. Each technical description was like a calculated blow to their understanding of space technology. The ships incorporated quantum shielding technology that could absorb and redirect energy at molecular levels. Their propulsion systems used gravitational manipulation techniques that made traditional faster-than-light travel look primitive. Computational matrices suggested processing capabilities that seemed more like magic than science. Alien delegates from different civilizations watched in stunned silence. The Krylonian representatives, who had moments ago mocked humanity's capabilities, now sat frozen. Their compound eyes reflected pure shock and emerging respect. Holographic schematics revealed layer after layer of technological innovation. Energy, conversion systems that could extract power from quantum fluctuations, adaptive hull materials that could self-repair and reconfigure during combat scenarios, navigation systems that could predict potential threat trajectories with unprecedented accuracy. What humanity had achieved was not just an incremental improvement, it was a complete reimagining of space technology. The presentation continued, revealing how these technologies had been developed, not through massive government programs, but through collaborative research, creative problem-solving, and a uniquely human approach to innovation. Small teams of scientists working in hidden facilities had achieved what entire alien civilizations had considered impossible. Yoon-Lee's fingers moved across her control panel, switching between different technological demonstrations. Each new revelation was more shocking than the last. Alien scientists began whispering among themselves, their previous confidence completely shattered. The Dreadnought-class starships were more than just military vessels. They represented a fundamental shift in understanding technological development. Humanity had not just caught up, they had leapfrogged entire generations of technological progress. Hyun Park remained calm throughout the presentation. No triumphant gestures, no boastful statements, just a steady presentation of facts that spoke louder than any words could. One particular demonstration caught everyone's attention. A holographic simulation showed a Dreadnought-class ship navigating through an incredibly complex asteroid field. The maneuverability, the precision, the computational speed were beyond anything previously thought possible. Alien military strategists realized something profound. Humanity was no longer a potential threat. They were a definitive game-changer in galactic power dynamics. The presentation lasted precisely 47 minutes. Each minute was meticulously planned, each revelation carefully orchestrated to maximum effect. By the time Jae Kim concluded, the entire chamber was in a state of shock. Diplomatic protocols seemed irrelevant. Traditional power structures were being rewritten in real time. The Galactic Confederation would never be the same. As the holographic displays faded, Hyun Park looked around the chamber. No words were necessary. The technology had spoken for itself. The human delegation had transformed from an overlooked newcomer to a civilization that demanded immediate respect. Their technological leap was not just impressive, it was revolutionary. Alien delegates exchanged nervous glances. Some looked excited, others looked terrified. But everyone understood one fundamental truth. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage and nothing would remain the same. The technological revelation was complete. And this was just the beginning. Space erupted into a canvas of technological marvel. The Galactic Fleet's most advanced warships faced off against Earth's unexpected Dreadnought-class vessels. Tactical displays flickered with complex calculations, showing a battle that would redefine interstellar conflict. Hyun Park stood on the bridge of the lead human vessel, the precision of his movements matching the ship's incredible technological capabilities. Yoon Lee managed complex computational systems, her fingers dancing across holographic control interfaces with lightning speed. The alien fleet approached with confidence, believing their centuries of military experience would quickly overwhelm the human vessels. Their ships represented traditional galactic military design, massive, heavily armored constructions that had dominated space battles for generations. Earth's dreadnoughts looked different, smaller, more fluid, almost organic in their movement. Where alien ships moved like heavy battleships, human vessels moved like quantum dancers, anticipating threats before they even materialized. The first energy weapon discharge came from the alien flagship, a massive particle beam designed to obliterate standard space vessels. But this beam never reached its target. The human dreadnought's quantum shields absorbed the entire energy signature, then immediately redirected it back toward the attacking vessel. J. Kim's strategic calculations proved devastating. Each human ship moved with mathematical precision, creating defensive and offensive patterns that seemed to defy traditional military logic. They weren't just fighting, they were solving a complex three-dimensional chess match in real time. Alien commanders watched in growing horror. Their most advanced targeting systems couldn't lock onto the human vessels. Computational prediction algorithms failed repeatedly. The humans were operating on an entirely different level of strategic thinking. One dreadnought faced 3 alien cruisers simultaneously. Instead of retreating, it engaged, dancing between energy weapons, redirecting attacks, striking with surgical precision. Each movement was calculated, each response instantaneous. The battle wasn't about firepower. It was about computational speed, adaptive strategies, and a fundamental understanding of physics that the alien civilizations had never considered. Quantum communication systems allowed human ships to share tactical information faster than light speed. They moved as a unified organism, each vessel an intelligent node in a massive living network. Where alien fleets relied on hierarchical command structures, humans created a fluid, adaptive battle intelligence. Weapon systems on the dreadnoughts were equally revolutionary. Gravity manipulation technology allowed them to create localized space-time distortions, essentially creating defensive and offensive zones that traditional weapons couldn't penetrate. Hour after hour, the battle continued. The Galactic Fleet's most experienced commanders found themselves completely outmaneuvered. Their thousand-year military traditions crumbled against humanity's innovative approach. Hyun Park watched the tactical displays with calm concentration. No emotion, no excitement, just pure, calculated strategic analysis. Each decision was a chess move, anticipating potential outcomes multiple steps in advance. By the battle's conclusion, not a single human vessel had been significantly damaged. The alien fleet, once considered invincible, was reduced to scattered, disabled ships, drifting in the cold vacuum of space. Communication channels remained silent. What could be said? The demonstration was complete. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had completely transformed understanding of space warfare. Yoon Lee's final tactical report was brutally clinical. Percentage calculations, efficiency, ratings, strategic insights that suggested this wasn't just a victory, but a fundamental shift in galactic military philosophy. As the last alien vessel powered down its systems, surrendering without further resistance, Hyun Park allowed himself the smallest of smiles, not a smile of triumph, just a simple acknowledgement of a strategic objective achieved. The Galactic Fleet had entered this confrontation believing in their superiority. They were leaving with a profound, humbling realization. Humanity was no longer a minor civilization to be ignored. They were a force that would reshape galactic dynamics forever. The strategic confrontation was over. And everything had changed. The Galactic Confederation's High Council chamber felt different now. Tension hung in the air like a physical presence. Hyun Park stood before the assembled delegates, his posture calm but unmistakably commanding, alien. Representatives who had once mocked humanity now sat in nervous silence. The recent space battle had completely demolished their previous understanding of technological capabilities. Earth had transformed from a footnote to a major galactic power in a matter of hours. Jae Kim stood beside Hyun, holding a comprehensive data report. The document contained not just military achievements, but detailed proposals for cooperative technological development. Humanity wasn't seeking conquest, they were offering partnership. "We do not wish to replace existing power structures," Hyun began, his voice steady and clear. "We want to contribute, to learn, to grow together." The Krylonian elder, whose species had been most vocal in dismissing humanity, now looked distinctly uncomfortable. His multiple eyes shifted nervously, analyzing every movement of the human delegation. Yoon Lee managed the presentation systems, displaying carefully prepared information about Earth's technological advancements. Each slide represented years of research, innovative problem-solving, and a unique approach to scientific development. The proposals were revolutionary. Collaborative research programs, shared technological platforms, open-source scientific exchanges that could benefit every member of the Galactic Confederation. What made humanity's approach different was its fundamental philosophy. Where other civilizations saw technology as a tool for power, humans saw it as a means of solving complex problems. Their innovations weren't just about military superiority, they were about understanding, exploring, and improving. The council members represented dozens of different species. Some looked excited, others looked terrified, but everyone recognized that something fundamental had changed. Hyun Park's presentation was carefully constructed. No threats, no boasting, just a clear clinical explanation of humanity's capabilities and intentions. He demonstrated that Earth's technological leap wasn't about domination, but collaboration. Detailed proposals outlined potential joint research, initiatives, medical technology exchanges, environmental restoration techniques, communication system improvements. Each proposal was designed to show that humanity's arrival wasn't a threat, it was an opportunity. The Galactic Confederation had existed for centuries, with established power dynamics and traditional approaches. Humanity was introducing something entirely new, a dynamic, adaptive approach to civilization-level problem-solving. Alien delegates began asking questions, complex probing inquiries designed to test the depth of human knowledge. Hyun and his team responded with precision, demonstrating not just technological expertise, but a profound understanding of broader scientific and philosophical concepts. By the presentation's end, the mood had shifted. What began as a potential confrontation had transformed into a genuine dialogue. Humanity wasn't asking to be accepted, they were offering partnership on equal terms. The Krylonian elder, who had been most dismissive, now requested a private meeting with the human delegation. His previous contempt had been replaced by genuine curiosity. Jae Kim subtly signaled to Yoon Lee, who began preparing detailed technical documentation. They were ready for any follow-up discussions, any potential collaborations. As the council session concluded, it became clear that the galactic landscape had fundamentally changed. Humanity had not conquered through military might, but through innovation, strategic thinking, and a collaborative approach. The final resolution was unprecedented. Humanity would be granted full membership in the Galactic Confederation with expanded research and diplomatic privileges. No longer would they be considered a minor civilization. Hyun Park's final statement captured the moment perfectly. "We are not here to replace existing systems. We are here to contribute to them." Outside the conference chamber, the vast expanse of space seemed to hold its breath. A new chapter in galactic civilization was beginning, and humanity was at its center. The transformation was complete. A new galactic order had emerged,